So children, here I am again with my new video on the same chapter, problem based on quadratic equation, and today I am going to discuss the most important exercise of the chapter, that is 6C. And if you want to verify that ma'am is saying this, that it is most important, you can see the questions in the last 10-year papers. Almost every paper I'm talking, children, is having question like this. So you will not leave a single question from this exercise. A very, very important exercise and a very easy one, trust me. So children, starting with it, you take out your book on page chapter 6, and this is page number 73. So I'll be talking about the questions of speed and distance. And before starting the questions, let me make you remember the formula which you are doing, which you have doing in physics also since 7th, 8th standard, that distance is equal to speed into time. But over in these questions, especially in this type of questions, I'm going to take time is equal to distance upon speed. It does not matter, but this will make our questions easy. Again, the language to be converted into quadratic forms. So starting with it, I'm reading the language. See, I have given the hint of every question. I'll make you understand the base of it, and then questions you will solve. Some of them I have solved, for example, and some of them you will solve, and then you will ask doubts from me. Mostly the questions will be solvable, because the way I am going to make you understand, I'm really sure that you will follow it. Only you have to be very, very attentive when you see the videos. So starting with it, question number 1, I'm going to read the question first. See, it is speed of an ordinary train is x km/h and that of an express train is x plus 25 km/h. So see children, let the speed of ordinary train is x km/h. See how I have written speed of ordinary train x km/h. And speed of express train you can write like this also, SE. That means speed of the express train, that is x plus 5 km/h. Please mention the units, it matters. Then I told you, you have done the formula in physics, distance is equal to speed into time. Over here I'm going to take it as time is equal to distance upon speed. This is the form I'm going to take. So reading further, find the time taken by each train to cover 300 km. So distance given is 300 km. The time taken by the ordinary train, as written TO, distance upon speed, because speed of the ordinary train was x, so 300 upon x. Speed of the express train was x plus 5, so again time will be 300 upon x plus 25. You can write hours here. This is compulsory. Then how you will form the question? He says that ordinary train take 2 hours more than the express train. I'll give you the simple form of doing it. See, in denominator I have x plus 25. On the left hand one I have x plus 25 and one I have x. I'm telling you to see the denominator. This is how I'm giving you the formula of it. The way of doing it, if you don't understand the language. It is given x plus 25 for express train in the denominator. It is given x for ordinary train in the denominator. See the denominators. Where your speed is more, you know x and x plus 25, x plus 25 is more than x, you will add time in that section. For example, see, according to question he says 2 hours more. So 300 upon x plus 25 plus 2 is equal to 300 upon x. Now see, what I am trying to make you understand, that more or less does not matter to you. Language means more or less. It will be mentioned in so many questions. In some it will be mentioned more, in some it will be mentioned less. But you will not go after that. I'll just give you the simple mantra, you can say, simple hint of it, or simple key of it, that wherever the speed is more in the denominator, wherever the speed is more in the denominator, that side you will add the time. Add the time. You don't go for more or less. I'm saying add the time. Whether it is given more or less, children, understand me. I'm telling you, whether it is given more or less, that does not matter to you. You will just add the time where the speed is more in the denominator. I'm telling you, in the denominator. So be careful. Be very careful. See, 300 upon x plus 25 plus 2. Then after solving, when I will take the LCM and do everything, I will get this equation. X square plus 25x minus 3750. On comparing with general equation, ax square plus bx plus c. A is 1, b is 25, c is minus 3750. Again the formula. Solve it. You know minus b plus minus. Please mention the formula once, because these things I am telling you again and again, and I don't write before because you are very careless in writing the formulas, and they carry marks. So x is equal to minus 25 plus minus 625 minus in plus, and this is what you get after taking the root. You take the root of it and solve it. See, negative not to be taken because speed cannot be negative. You are going to write the reason here. Negative not valid because speed cannot be negative. Again, this carry marks. Speed can't be negative. So this carry marks. So 100 upon 2, 50 km per hour. That means speed of the ordinary train is 50 km per hour and speed of the express train is 50 plus 25. 50 plus 25, that means 75 km per hour. So see children, how easy it is. What you are going to be careful about, that you are going to write each and everything how I have written. Now here, over here, I have done the short form. You do all the steps of solving. You show the steps of calculation, otherwise your marks will be deducted. Since it was, you know all these things beforehand, we have done full one chapter in first unit. So from here, you will show the steps of calculation or in the rough column, and we children see, listen, you have got your marks, most of you are not satisfied, but I have cut the marks if you have not given the calculations, if you have not write the steps, if you have not given the units, each and everything I have cut the marks. If you have not made the diagrams properly, so also, because I want you to be very, very clear in your presentation. Last year this little mistake was there, and so we were little in difficulty. I don't want the children to be missing anything this time. So be very, very careful children. Write each and everything. When you prepare for first term exam, do your presentation very nicely. Write in a proper form, very neat and clean. All the formulas, everything to be mentioned, and all the calculations to be shown on the rough side. On the right hand side, maybe in the side of it. If you will do cutting, if you will cut the mark question, or you will do it cutting and you will again do it and do it, then I will cut your marks. Then don't ask me. So I am giving you warnings beforehand. Then coming to question number 2, given the hint, if the speed of the car is increased by 10 kilometers, so let the original, I am writing here, let the original speed be x kilometer per hour. Speed original, so that increased speed or speed increased is x plus 10 km per hour. So and rest you know, he says total distance is of 36 km. So time is equal to 36 upon x, and time is equal to 36 upon x plus 10. For original speed, time is 36 upon x. For increased speed, time is 36 upon x plus 10 hours. Then according to question, as I have told you in the first question, that wherever in denominator the speed is more, you are going to add time on that side. So according to question, 36 upon x plus 10, since he has given the time in minutes, you know you have to convert it into hours, and when you convert minutes into hours, you divide by 60 as I have done here, 18 upon 60, and rest is your calculation. This type of equation you are going to get. Show the calculations, solve it properly, compare it, solve it, and negative not to be taken because speed cannot be negative, and this is your required answer. They are asking find the speed of the car. The original speed we had to find. So original speed they have asked to you, this is the speed of the car. The main basic I have given you, wherever in denominator the speed is more, you have to add the time there. If the time is in minute, you change into hours. Be careful children. This is the only base of all these questions, and this exercise is really very, very important for ICSE. Then coming to the third question, again I give you the hint. if the speed of aeroplane is reduced by x plus 40, let original speed be x kilometer per hour, and when reduced speed will be x minus 40 kilometer per hour. Now distance given is 1200 kilometer. You find out the time. Time for original speed is 1200 upon x hours, and time for reduced speed, when the reduced speed was there, x minus 40 kilometer per hour, and time will be reduced t, or you can write hours. Now as I told you before that in denominator, now you can see in original that speed is x, but in reduced the speed is x minus 40. Obviously x is more than x minus 40, so this time you are going to add the time in the denominator where x is written. 1200 upon x plus 20 upon 60 is equal to 1200 upon x minus 40. See, it was given in minutes, so I changed the minute into hours. X is more than x minus 40. This time I have added the time in original speed, because original this time was speed was x. When I reduced, it was x minus 40. X minus 40 is less than x. I told you where speed is more in the denominator, that side you are going to add the time. So 20 upon 60. Why I have done 60? Because it is in minutes. I have to change in the hours, and rest is the equation. I have solved it little bit, and again your answer, negative not to be taken and positive is your answer, and everything to be mentioned as I have done in the first question. Don't leave a single step, otherwise you are better judge. Then moving on to question number 4th, I have given the hint of that also, same thing. Let the speed of the let the be 400 x kilometer per hour, and then increase speed is to x plus 12 kilometer per hour. Distance is 400 kilometer. So he takes 1 hour 40 minutes less. I told you not to get in the language. You just have to see where the speed is more. Over here, you know, in denominator x plus 12 is more than x, so that side I have added the time, and since it was 40 minutes, so I changed into hours by dividing by 60, and this is your required quadratic form, which you will solve it and get the answer. I have left the equation till here, and rest you will do. Now you must have understood the basic of it. Then coming to question number 5th. A girl goes to her friend's house, which is at a distance of 12 km. So total distance a girl is going to his friend's house, and the distance she is covering is 12 km. She said that half of the distance is covered at x kilometer per hour. So half of 12 is 6 km per hour, and remaining distance will be 12 minus 6 km. So half of the distance he covered at x kilometer per hour, and remaining means 12 minus 6, that is again 6 km at x plus 2 km per hour, and together it took 2 hours 30 minutes. So this time little different. Together the time was, so 6 upon x plus 6 upon x plus 2, and she took 2 hours 30 minutes, 30 to be changed into hours, and this, then see how I have done the calculations. You do the take 6 common, as easy as it is with you. This will be your required equation. Find the value of x. You will get 2 answers because it is quadratic equation. One will be positive, other will be negative. Negative to be avoided because speed cannot be negative. And this you are going to write it. All the calculations to be shown, all the formulas to be written. Be very careful because you have to give all the information. So then moving on to 6th sum, very important sum, a little different. See, in this question they have said that a car made a run of 390 km in x hours. This time they have given x as hours. In last 5 questions I took x as speed. So I was taking x kilometer per hour. But in this question itself they have given in the question, take x to be hours. Time is given. So now I am going to take the formula of speed. Same thing, speed will be is equal to distance upon time. So first speed will be 390 upon x kilometer per hour. See the change of the units. Then he says time is reduced by 2 hours. So time reduced, x minus 2 hours. When time is reduced, it is understood that the speed has to be increased. So he increased the speed by 4 km. So first original speed was 390 upon x. Increased speed was 390 upon x plus 4. 4 was increased. See, increased speed, original speed 390 upon x. So increased speed will be, I will add 4 in 390 upon x, and reduced time will be x minus 2. In this question, children, I am again repeating that x is taken to be time, x hours. Then, according to question, reduced time, what will be the formula? Time is equal to distance or speed, but I have written reduced time is equal to distance upon increased speed. You know that time and speed are inversely proportional to each other, and this physics ma'am has made you understand that what is the relation between speed and time. So see, reduced time was x minus 2, distance will remain same 390, and this was given in the question, and increased speed will be 390 upon x plus 4 as I have done according to the question. So this is my equation. Cross multiply and cross multiply, solve these two equations, you will get a type of quadratic equation in this form. Then you solve it, you will get time in hours. This time you are going to get time in hours. They are asking you to find the speed of both the trains remain constant. Sorry, they are asking you to find x. So you have to find the time, that is x. See the question, time was given as x hours. I'm taking x and moving in the same way. Only I have changed the little form. In the first 5 sums, I took time is equal to distance upon speed. In this question, I took speed is equal to distance upon time. I hope you have followed me. A very, very important and a very favorite sum of the teachers, especially examiners. Please be very careful. In out of these 6 sums, one question will come. You just trust me, children. If you want to verify, you can do it. In last 10 years paper, this type of sums are continuously coming. So that too in compulsory section. Then moving on to the last 3 questions. They are on the profit and loss. If you remember, I had taught you a formula of profit and loss, that SP upon CP. If it is profit, you have to add. If it is loss, you have to minus. See how that is how I have written 100 plus profit percent of 100. So SP 7 sum, you just go 8 sum, you go along with me. 8 sum. 8 sum means a man bought an article for rupees 75. This is 10 sum, sorry children, 10 sum. A man bought an article for rupees 75. Mohan gained as much percent as its cost. Be careful. He says, this is 16. I am doing the 10th sum first. I will make you understand 3 of the sums together simultaneously. See, 10th sum, it was profit percent. He says that a man profit is as much as it is cost. Let cost be x, that means gain percent is also x, or profit percent is also x. This is what I want to make you understand, that he said very neatly, written in 10th sum. I am telling you 10th sum I am talking, children, because I want you to do first 10th sum. By selling a chair for rupees 75, Mohan gained as much percent as its cost. Let cost be x, so gain will also be, or profit will also be x. Now putting in the formula, you know when I take profit percent, you have to add it. SP upon CP. SP is given to be 75 upon CP I suppose to be x. Again gain is also x percent, because he said CP and gain percent is same, 100 plus x upon 100. We have done this formula in 9th standard. Cross multiply, this is your required equation when it is profit percent. Then moving on to question number 8 now. 8 question is that a man bought an article for rupees x and sold it for rupees 16. So SP is 16 here. And then he says that loss percent, if his loss percent was x percent. So see, loss percent is x percent. So I am going to minus it. 100 minus x percent, because in loss we subtract. We subtract in loss percent. 100 minus loss percent upon 100. This type of formula I have done in 9th standard in SPCP. If you have not done, please remember the formula. When it is loss percent, you have to minus. When it is profit, you have to plus. SP upon CP, 100 minus loss percent of 100, or SP upon CP, 100 plus profit percent of 100. So see, children, how easy it is. I'll do it here again so that you are not you don't get confused. See, loss percent. So I written SP 16, CP was given X, loss percent was X%, cross multiply, and you will get your answer. 1600 is equal to 100x minus x square, or x square minus 100x plus 1600 is your required equation, from where you will find the value of x, and x in this question is loss percent. So x you will find, if loss was x%, find the cost price of article. Once you guess x, you can easily find the cost price. You can easily find the cost price for the article. You can very easily see that article is bought for x and its loss percent is also x. Both are same. CP is equal to loss percent is equal to x. You have to find the value of x. Then moving on to the ninth sum. Ninth sum, children. These are important, so I am doing it again with you. Question number 9. A trader bought an article. So CP, question number 9, CP is rupees x. CP is rupees x and sold it for rupees, SP is rupees 52. Again, formula is SP upon CP. Let me find out whether it is profit or loss. He says makes a profit. So 100 plus profit percent upon 100. You are going to write the formula is equal to 52 upon x. 100 plus profit is given to be x minus 10. Put the formula upon 100. Cross multiply. This will give you the equation. Solve it to find the value of x. So this is how you do it. Once again, I will give you the language of question number 10. It is same only. Selling a chair. Selling means selling price is 75, and he says that cost price and loss is equal to x. Let, because he said that the Mohan gained as much percent as it cost. So I suppose CP and loss to be x, because if CP is x, loss percent is also x. Gained, it is gained, sorry. So gain percent is also x. You read the question carefully, children. Mohan gained as much percent as it cost. Calculate the cost of shares. Same, children. SP upon CP, since it is gain, 100 plus gain percent upon 100. So 75 upon x, 100 plus x upon 100, cross multiply and get your answer. This question I have explained twice, because last year in pre-board this question came. Before also I did this question 10 number before, then I explained you the others, but again I have done it in front of you. You are not going to leave a single question of this exercise. Do it to the last, do all the calculations. If you are not able to find the answer, you can WhatsApp me. I will do it and send it back to you. I hope, children, the concept is very clear. Again, I am repeating, a simple key for these sums. Don't get in the language. You just see how much time is there, and wherever the speed in denominator is more, you please add the time on that side. If it is in minutes, you please divide with 60 to get it in hours. Only one of the question, that is 6 sum, is little different, that I made you understand because it is in the question. They have given that time is equal to XR. I hope I am very, very clear to you. Children, please do this exercise very nicely. This will form the base of quadratic equation, and then you will be very happy if you will be able to do these sums in the paper, because they are very easy. A little understanding, a little concentration is needed. Okay, children, I have done my best. Then also you are most welcome. Thank you so much for watching this video, and your doubts are always welcome. Thank you.